Hi, the Bomb Wolf, Mystical Drumming, mysticaldrumming.com. Okay, we're going to talk about the accent. Most guys are playing the drums as follows. They are pushing instead of snapping. Mystical drumming teaches incorporating martial arts, the ancient wisdom of martial arts, how to move our bodies in the most efficient way possible to get the maximum results. So by doing so, we are moving better while playing the drums. And this is a movement instrument, obviously, a lot of movement, probably the most movement of any instrument. So guys are hitting the drum. Now that actually hurts, okay? We don't want to hit the drum. We want to play the drum. The tip of the stick and the pad should do 99% of the work. They bounce on their own. We don't have to do really anything. Shut the volume off a second. We don't have to do anything. These guys are doing, it has its own energy. So we have to apply very little energy to allow, we allow the bounce. Okay, we allow, okay, allow. We don't push, we allow, okay? Now, snap. I'm going to turn this way, okay? So when we put a little volume on this, I hope it's good for you, this volume. I hope, okay. If I want to create an accent, okay, you can generally do it in two ways. You're going to start from here or here, right? Okay, so if it's from here, okay, it's going to be not push, kind of like, you know, whack, okay? If I instead snap, okay, what I'm doing is I'm whipping the stick. In essence, I'm losing control of stick. If I do it correctly, I'm kind of throwing the stick with reckless abandon, but it's not reckless. The stick is going through the air and kind of, it's in my hand, but in a sense it's not. And in a very micro way, it's being controlled and caught again. So it is being, it's being whipped. It's that energy is, it's like a release. When you throw a punch, you want to breathe. In boxing, martial arts kind of thing, so it's not, okay, where you feel tension and tightness and hurts and silly things like injuries and carpal tunnel and whatever. You don't want that to happen, okay? It's because the arm is dropped. I'm dropped totally, as dropped as you can be, though I'm not straight, right? So I have all my power here. I'm generating chi from within here, kind of like, it's like a, okay. So we're snapping. Think of a bullwhip. You snap, okay, when you throw a baseball. It's, the body is from the foot through the leg, the thigh, very powerful. The arm is not strong relatively to the rest of the body. The hip, the core, the chest, the shoulder, and the arm is whipped through a zone, right? A football, good football quarterback, right? Good one. It's from the feet through the calves, through the very strong thighs, the hips, the core, right? The chest, the shoulder, and the ball is whipped, right? Highlight, a good golfer, they're not whipping, or Tiger Woods, ideally, right? You're not whipping, pushing your iron through the zone. Your body is creating a whipping motion and creating the ability for a whip, and the iron goes through, right? You get the idea. Throwing a punch. Throw a punch here. There's very little power in the arm. Throw with your shoulder, there's more. Throw with the back and the shoulder, now there's more. Throw with the chest, back, shoulder, now moving the arm through a slot. Whew! There's going to be a lot more power. Now if you really do it correctly, you're doing it from your foot, leg, thigh, hip, core, chest, and shoulder, and the arm is brought through, like, or if you're boxing, you're doing a right cross. Okay, it's like a whipping motion, and as the last thing that comes through is the arm, and wham. Okay, right, and brought back immediately to cover. Whatever you're doing, cover. Okay, get the idea? So it's whip, 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 if you're starting from here. From down on the, let's take the lower position. It's not, I am raising and hitting. No. What you're doing is you're whipping again. So it's going upstroke and downstroke. So you have to raise. Instead of raising, it's like a cobra. You're going to cobra the stick. You're going to cobra the stick. That's right. So you think how a cobra strikes. It goes back and it's a wave. Right? Think about how a lion strikes, or a bear or something like that. Generally, it doesn't go like that. It gets energy, chi, muscles, core, the whole thing, and rap. Okay, a rattlesnake. Get the idea again? So it's like this way. In essence, I'm kind of raising, coming up, and snapping. So it's rap, whap, whap. When you start getting faster, do it slowly at first. You get that idea. It's an extremely loose. My shoulders drop, my elbows drop. It's here. It's all loose, 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 loose. Loose. Okay, I'm going to whip it from here, down here, a little faster. Whip. Okay, whip, whip, whip. Now even faster. Rip. Okay, so it's whack. It's whack. Again, faster. Rip. Faster. Rip. Ha. 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 So it's rip. Rip. So I'm doing one E on the 1 E and 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 1 E. Okay, 1 E and 1 E and 1 E. Snap, 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 snap. Okay, it's not push, it's so you're doing a fill. The dynamics. It's fluid with the accents by motion of keeping this snap, right? So okay, so this is critical to understand and get down. A lot of teachers, Gladstone and Moeller, okay, I mean, all due credit to these guys. They're incredible. Moeller, once you raise your hand up, in my opinion, I'm not taking anything away from it. I'm just telling you my opinion. You're up here, shoulders up, there's tightness on my arm. Because once the shoulder's up, arm is engaged, wrist is engaged, there's tightness in here. So the idea is to create speed with low or medium or high molar. In my opinion, waste of movement and creating tension. Much better. Up here. Okay, so this hand as well, okay? Whack, 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 whack. Okay, whack, whack. Loose, right? Loose, okay? Keeping my hand open. But it's stick me a stick. When you're doing it that way, you're going to have a lot of velocity, looseness, ability to play dynamically. And you're doing rudiments and whatever, and your fills, plays, whatever you're doing, you're going to have tremendous good feeling about this, okay? So, okay, it's whip. From up here or down here, okay? So, the accent. Okay, practice that and continue watching our videos and stay loose with everything, okay? Drumming, life, being loose is allowing, letting go. Drums are an analogy for life. Life's an analogy for drums. It's all one. Everything is one. Loose. Right? If you're loose here, if you're loose inside, you should be loose inside. If you're not loose inside, you're not going to play loose on the drums. If you're not loose inside, your life is going to be tight. Your life should be a river. Row, row, row your boat merrily down the stream. Right? Merrily, loosely, letting go. Father, thine will, not mine. If you're a spiritual person, I am. If you're not, that's fine. Okay? But if you are, just the wisdom of that Father, universe, consciousness, light, whatever works for you is fine. God, whatever. Getting out of the way, right? The Lord's Prayer, if you happen to be in any sort of Christianity. The whole prayer is really about letting go, right? The Serenity Prayer, if you're in a 12-step program, it's about basically letting go, right? If you boil down most spiritual beliefs, concepts, paradigms, archetypes, whatever, it comes down to letting go, right? Or philosophies, it's also 12 steps, or philosophers, right? A lot of it's about letting go. Kind of like, boy, that's a common denominator to me. The common denominator is letting go. We have an infinite jewel that's perfect inside, like an infinite diamond, infinite perfect diamond inside. And by letting go of the layers, we allow that to express itself as we're doing here. Richard Bach wrote a book called Illusions. I highly recommend you read it. Somewhere in the book, he said something along the lines of that perhaps we're not learning to play an instrument, we're remembering. It's a very interesting concept, kind of it's a Jungian. Then again, Carl Jung, I believe when he was alive, there was already Jungian people who were becoming his followers, making him a guru. And he said, I want nothing to do with being a Jungian. He was making a joke of people, being followers, whatever. Not a joke in a bad way, just, kind of like lighten up with that stuff. And Buddha said something, paraphrasing, I think he said something like, if you find the Buddha on the road, kill him. What does that mean? Well, if I gave the answer, I would be doing you a disservice. Think about it, meditate on it, pray on it, whatever, if you wish, and you'll find that it'll help you in a lot of ways understand what it is to be loose. So loose here, mystical drumming is all about looseness, and looseness on drums, looseness in your life. It's all good stuff, right? So yeah, we'll do more on this and as we move along. Keep watching and keep improving, and remember, love yourself, okay? Whatever you do, no peace, it all means nothing. Okay? You become the most famous, rich drummer in the world, and TV, and then become a movie star and whatever, and knock yourself out. And if you don't have no peace, if you have no peace, I should say, it's all meaningless. Nothing. It's nothing. Okay, it's nothing. You could be living in the streets and be at peace. I'm not saying you should live in the streets. I'm just saying, there's nothing right or wrong about being famous and rich. There's nothing right or wrong necessarily about being, not rich and all that stuff. So it's all about being at peace. And then you can be anywhere at any time and be at peace, because peace is not disturbed by anything. Right? There's nothing but peace and peace. We're human, so we tend to not be in peace, or be peace itself, which would really be kind of like the highest state of consciousness, become peace, right? I think that's where Buddha and Jesus and those kind of people who became not people. When Jesus said something along the lines of, I am in this world but not of it, I think he was talking about he had joined with the mind of God, or, not the old man in the sky. If you believe in an old man in the sky, it's fine. But when I share these spiritual type things and concepts, I am not in any way preaching to you. I am just sharing things, and if you like them, great. If not, that's fine. Take what works, leave the rest, and no way am I being pedantic and didactic, to use big words. I'm simply sharing, and you take, leave, whatever, it's fine. Okay, this is not start a war in the comment section of, people fighting over religions and all that stuff. If anything, I'm trying to share and spread love so that those wars, like verbal wars, turn into, fighting wars and fighting over guns and all that stuff. Stop. Okay, so you say, well, you're a mixed martial artist, how could you say that? Stopping violence is not violence. Stopping violence means we simply, us people who study martial arts, hopefully are using it only to use as much violence necessary to stop violence, and only when absolutely is an absolute term, right? There is nowhere to go from absolutely. That's it. When people say it's very unique, no, it's not very unique. It's unique or it's not. It's very circular. No, you don't inflect, meaning you don't put an adjective before circular. It's circular. You can't have more square. I want to be more square. No, it's square or it's not. So, okay, enough blah, 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 blah. Okay, so have a beautiful, blessed day. Come back. Keep watching.